Hey everyone, and welcome to the Groomsman. It's been a long time. I know I said I'd be back, but I'm back. So this is Scott from the Groomsman, and what I'm going to be talking about today is my top 7 razors, okay? So my top 7 razors are a little bit different than most people's. Most people go, it's the most efficient, it's the better razor, so on and so forth. But mine's a little bit different because mine is based on what I feel is like my top 7 razors. What am I go to? What am I going to use, right? And the reason mine are a little bit different than most people's are because mine are mixed off nostalgia. They're based off what I always reach for and just overall convenience, all right? So all these razors I have, you're going to see a mixed bag of razors, and that some are obtainable. Let's see, 3 of them are most, no, 4 of them are obtainable pretty easily. The other one's not so much, okay? So let's go ahead, get buckled in, and I have a big announcement at the end of this video too. You might want to watch because there's something really good happening. We've reached over 1,000 people. I thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for being here, and it is fantastic. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that this community would grow to this. So let's continue to grow. Let's continue to be there, and let's continue to be wet shavers. All right. So first and foremost, I'm going to be actually shaving. As you can see here, I have a luscious amount of growth. And as I always say, my response is I don't have a set date I shave. I just shave when I shave. All right. I'm a lazy dude, as in I like to shave whenever I feel it, so to speak. I have been extremely busy with everything. It's not that I have been meaning to neglect my channel and my friends, the groomsmen, but I have been working a crap load. And when I say crap load, I mean I put in some 320 some hours in April alone, okay? So I've been relaxing, catching up on family time and all that. So now I'm back. I'm back and ready to roll. All right, so first and foremost, let's go ahead, get wetted up. We will shave with every single one of these razors. And I'm going to switch the blade back and forth, all right? I just got to make sure that I do not have a new blade loaded up. So I got to load up a new blade. I'm going to go ahead and reach into my bag, drawer of blades here and see what I got laying around in here. And we'll just go with what comes out first. I have, these are fantastic. These are my classic. I have a few new old blades, new old stock, and I have a Schick double-edged super stainless steel. These things are awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead, and that's what I'm gonna use. So here's what the packaging looks like on it. All right. I don't know exactly when this is from, but these are fantastic blades. They're called super stainless steel. They come in a thick paper wrapped, and then you have your wax paper here. I really wish they still made these blades, because I'm going to tell you right now, if they did, I'd be all over it. These blades are fantastic. Jonathan from the Groomsman and I also, we were talking about these that one day. So this is kind of what the blade looks like here, and it says, Corona Comfort Edge, and it has it pointed down to the edge here. Patent trademark requirement, and then just same thing in Spanish there. So let's go ahead and we'll get lotioned up and then, lathered up, and we use the same. I just got out of the shower here, so there's still moisture in my beard. It's not sensitive. And you're gonna shave that thick of a beard with a DG? Absolutely, I always do. All right. So I'm gonna be using my Razor Emporium Best Badger. Here, this is the green type handle. I love it. With Rex Supply 1955. We were some of the original beta testers for the soap's base when this first came out. And to pay homage to them, why not use their pre-shave bar too? So let me get the pre-shave bar wetted up here and soap up. Because any bit of extra lather, they now have a scent for this too. Any bit of extra slickness I can get is going to help, being I got a lot of growth going on. All right, so there's some pre-shave. Let's go ahead and get the brush wetted up and get a lather going with that. So their base is really good. It's easy to lather. There's nothing, crazy in it. It's pretty simple out there. So I'm going to just go ahead and load my brush. And I do that by just 10 to 15 seconds of swirling back and forth to load the brush. Not without, I don't splay it so much. I want the bristles to do the work. Because if you force it too hard, you're not going to get good coverage, right? You're not going to get a good amount of soap built up on that. So then, and then when you pull it out and you start to see your bristles are starting to sort of stick, it means they got a good amount on there. And then this is going to be more than enough lather that you're going to need. And I put a little bit of extra water on it, and then just work it on the face. And as you can see here, just like that. And then if you can whip it and you get peaks like that, where you see you can get the peaks, then you got a pretty good lather, right? But I'm going to tell you, lather is subjective. And what I mean by that is everyone has their own type of lather they like, right? Some like it thick, some like it cushy, some like it so on and so forth. So what are we here for? We're here for my top 7 razors. So my number 1 overall razor, I know I'm going to get flamed for these, but this one is because it's availability and it's nostalgia purposes to me. And I have mentioned it numerous times, and this is my Merkur 23C. This is a long handled, closed comb. This is available on Amazon for about $30. This is the very first safety razor I ever owned. My wife got this for me as a gift after our daughter was born. So I've been shaving with this razor, and if I dry off the head real quick, you'll see, look at the finish on it. Still mirror finish, no lot scratches. I've been shaving with this. Our daughter is coming up on 9 years. So I've been wet shaving with this razor in particular. It gives a very good finish. It's not tuggy, even with really thick hair, as you can see. And look how it's doing. Haven't even flipped sides yet. So look at that. Leaves a good amount of stuff. It's a very mild razor. It's a very easy one. The longer handle. It's aluminum. And it runs about 30 bucks on eBay or Amazon, okay? 30 to 40. I bought 2 or 3 of these on the used market for like 5 bucks and gave them away. So as you can see, look, that's how it did. I told you I'm going to try to use all my razors. So being that I have 7 of them, I'm going to leave this one at that, okay? I'm going to go ahead and take the blade out. So the Merkur 23C, this nostalgia is what got me started. This is my number 1 razor, and this is what got me started into wet shaving, all right? And it was a gift from my wife because of my daughter, and I've had it ever since. So that's number 1, all right? Now my number 2 is my Gillette Slim. This is a 1962 Q2, and it looks fantastic. This has been redone by Razor Emporium in nickel original finish. This is what started me into collecting old razors back in 2020. August of 2020, my dad was in a wheelchair, and that was during the COVID pandemic. My dad was in a wheelchair, and his, I'm going to go ahead and put this on, we're going to go with about setting 4 on this, right? And this has a locking last quarter turn on it that you don't want to adjust. I leave the doors slightly open when I adjust it, like that. You see there's play in it. And then I lock it with the last quarter turn, because you can break your adjuster or throw it off. But this is my dad's Gillette Slim. So we were helping my dad, my wife and I, clean up some wreckage from a tree hitting the sauna at my dad's house. And we had always had this sitting in there. And this was my dad's. Me and my brother always picked this up and played with this. Well, I found this in the quote-unquote wreckage of the sauna, and I go, I'm taking that, because I don't have much of my dad's anyway. So I took it, did some research, and that's when I started collecting. And I now have over 300 razors in my collection, right? So as you can see, look, good finish. This is a vintage razor. A lot of people say these are hard to find. Well, I'll tell you, Gillette Slims, you can find them. They're pretty readily available. They were mass produced back in the early, from like 62 through 68 or 69, I think the dates are. They have date codes on the bottom here so you can figure out what year and what quarter they're from. So that's razor number 2. This was my dad's Gillette Slim. So for nostalgia purposes, that's why that is. That's what got me into collecting, right? That was my first vintage razor. All right, so my number 3 is going to be my very first crown jewel of my collection. This I purchased in December of 2021. This is a 1956 Aristocrat Deluxe, which is a UK model. This is a patent number, where are we at here? Made in England. This is, it's one of the later models. This was made in 56, right? But these are extremely rare. 56 Aristocrat Deluxe are extremely rare. I have the original blade case, the original blades, and the razor case in pristine condition. This initially hails from Denmark. I got this from the daughter of the original owner of this razor that came from Denmark. Moved to Belgium, and now she lives in one of the French cities up there in Canada, Montreal. She's now a Montreal resident. Her and I are still friends, so I know the complete history of this, and this razor was passed down to me from her. This is one of the razors that's going to be really, really hard to find, all right? But it is the very first crown jewel, and I know the history of it. And then you can see it is a very clean shaver here. Even with thick beard, it takes it down no problem. And you can notice if you're going to use a DE razor on a thick beard, it's not as long as some people's beards could be. You're going to have to rinse a lot more because it's not going to cover as much ground, so to speak, because it gets clogged up if you don't. So, that might mean you have to open the doors a little bit, give it a good rinse, and so on and so forth. But it can do it. And once your technique gets really good, you're going to have no problem with tugging. I will say I have had razors tug on extremely thick hair. But there we go. That's number 3 in my thing. 1956 Aristocrat Deluxe. It's a fantastic razor. I have other razors, like I have a Darwin number 1. I have all kinds of UK. I think I have 13 different UK ones now, Aristocrats, but this one is one of my favorites, all right? Okay, now I'm going to go with number 4. So number 4 is my Ambassador. This is a Rex Supply Company Ambassador, 2-tone. It's got the long handle here. And this razor is a fantastic razor too. I love this thing. It's very efficient, okay? So this was my one of the very first ones from them. This, I also have a Council, and I have a Sentry too. So I have a few, but this is one of my favorite razors. It's the most efficient razor I own. It's definitely comfy, but I'm kind of a wuss. I only do this thing on about 3.5 or 4, right? I know it can go to 6. I shaved with it on 6, but it is very efficient. And this razor is so heavy, it just does the work. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta do nothing to it. Just let it rip. And she just mows the hair down, as you can see here. Alright. Oh, there we go. This is number 4, the Rex Ambassador. One of the best high-end razors on the market, in my opinion. Alright. Alright, so there we go. There's that one. Get that all undone, rinsed off really good. It's really key to rinse your razors super good. Make sure you get all the hair, all the soap out of them. Because if you do, and you have good softened water like I do, you won't end up with soap buildup and all that kind of crap that you can get. All right, so that would be number 4. Number 5 is another New England Aristocrat, made in England. This is a number 15 open comb Aristocrat, as you can see here. It's a beautiful original rhodium condition. This one, which is actually funny, this one's from Australia. I have the Australian version of this. I'm gonna have to get it because I'm starting to get brassing finally. So at some point I'm gonna have to send this for a new rhodium dip over at Razor Emporium. But I like it. It's super efficient, very, very smooth. A lot of the British open combs of the early era, they were pretty rough. I got a couple of the popular versions, and there's something to shave with. But yeah, the number 15 open comb, I got this from an Australian collector over there. He's actually a big corporate farmer. in, I think, Queensland over there. And he sent me this razor. So he picked it up at some local joint over there for me and then sent it to me. So this is my number 5 razor. It's a number 15 Aristocrat open comb. This one comes from Australia, and I have it with the Australian case. If you look it up on MrRazor.com, you will see an Australian version of it with like a red case, and I have that too. So far, all the razors I've shown you, I have the cases for, especially ones that come out of my collection. I'm one of the collectors who uses the razors, okay? So then, this moves me on to my number 6 razor, okay? So my number 6 razor is a razor that makes me feel special every time I use it. It's an amazing condition. I bought it, I won't say it was new old stock, but I'll tell you what, it's pretty damn close. And the reason I say that is the condition that the razor is in. So this is another one of those that's going to be hard to obtain. This is a 1949 original executive, and it's hard to see, but if you look, you can see the rhodium still has the original mirror finish on it. There's no scratches. So this is an American. It does have the markings a lot, but some of the American aristocrats and executives have this hashing on them. So this is an original executive, 1949, from here in Gillette in the US. And mine is in amazing condition. I have the case with all the original blade cases, still wrapped in tin foil. The mirror has a sticker mark on it of how much this thing costs. The case is in my collecting thing. But yeah, so this is my number 6 razor. So you're like, okay, well, you got some good razors going on. And the reason I say that this is like, because of the rarity of this razor and the price of this razor, as a complete package, that's why every time I use this, I feel like it just, it's like, I don't know what it's like to own a Louis Vuitton purse because I'm not a woman, and, or what it's like to drive a Ferrari because I'm not that rich. I make decent money, but I don't own a Ferrari. I've never driven a Ferrari. But I imagine there's some sort of sense of, especially if you're a poor person who gets to that point in their life, that you feel like there's some sort of accomplishment, right? Or source of self-worth or something when you get to that point. Because this gave me a similar feeling when I first used it to like the very first time that I would say, I guess, made 6 figures, it was just a sense of accomplishment that I've had in my life since I was a kid, that's what I want to do. That's, if I can make that money, I could support my family and whatever else. Quick to find out that, yeah, you can support your family, but it sure as hell ain't easy. Everything in this world costs $1 gajillion, and it seems the more money you make, the more money you spend, which is about the truth. Okay, so I completed my first pass with, don't look like any cuts, and then we're wondering, well, what could be his number 7 razor? Okay, so I'm gonna get flamed for this one. I can see it coming. I always get flamed for my, my Merkur 23C too by the groomsmen, but whatever. They don't like it, and they always ask me, what's your favorite razor? And I give them my response. It's 23C, man. I like it. It's good stuff. It's a super easy user. It's a mild razor, gives a good finish, and it was the one that my wife bought me. We've been together now for, late 2011. So we've been together for coming up on like 13 years. We've been married for like 6 now. Been a ride, right? Been through a lot. So let's go ahead and get this slicked up and reapply. I had to add some water to it. Now I got to rework it to get the good padding going. All right. So, what is my number 7th razor? Well, my number 7th razor and I, we have a good history. All right. It's converted a few people. Actually, my 23C, I've converted 6 people to wet shaving with this. The next one has converted not only my wife, but a few of my friends, and even one of the groomsmen lately has been finally went back to it, and it is the Leaf. The Leaf is a great razor because it's a great converter razor for those who are coming from cartridge, right? The Leaf is my number 7 for ease of use, right? Brings back the nostalgia of using a cartridge. It gives a great finish. I'm using 3 blades. These are all Perma Sharps that are in here right now. It works great for, you got to have short though. So now if I would have tried this on that thick beard I just had, boy, wouldn't have done it. I'm just saying, it wouldn't have. But it does handle. It's great at cleanup. Got a weeper there. And this is what I used to travel. I have converted my wife with this. I think my boss's daughter used it. I think Jonathan, JD's wife, borrowed my Leaf and converted, I do believe. Quite a few people. I lended out. A co-worker of mine, he converted from cartridge to this, and now he's using a Parker Slant, and he uses the 1930 Common Bar long open comb that I gave him. So he likes it. So this does have problems with getting under my nose, but and Bias has started, he got himself a Leaf and he started using it for head shaving, and he loves it. I just got my lip with this stupid thing too. That's all right. Whatever, you live, you learn, right? Which one was I using for under? So I need to get under my nose, and how I do that is I turn my razor upside down, turn it at an angle. As you can see, it's like at an angle here, and use the edge of the blade to get under there. And there you go, just like that. So those are my top 7 razors. Of course, I got myself on my lip and on my chin a little bit, but that's all right. It'll quit. It's all in the name of science anyways. So those are my top 7 razors. So now, as promised, at the end of my video, I said I would announce something. So now that we've hit the 1,000 subscribers, I have a giveaway for, so you're going to have to comment with your name below so that I can figure out who is doing it. So I want you to comment down below with your name, all right? So the groomsmen have decided to give away a Rec Supply Company, okay? It's in box, as you can see here. This is it's official. It's been reviewed. Comes with a Rec Supply Company sticker. We are going to give away a Rec Supply Company, the Made in USA Defined Slant. This is the Sentry. So we're going to be giving away a Rec Supply Company as a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I know we're a little bit past that, but we're going to be giving it away. This is a Rec Supply Sentry. This is what we're going to be giving away as a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So remember to comment down below. Thank you, everyone, and stay classy.